Hi there, Parent Chat 4 to 9 members. This is video 9, Money Management Part 2, and the focus in this video is about gift giving. So we learned in video 8 that the focus there was about allowance and allowing your child to earn their money and allowance by doing certain chores in the household. So let us start there and imagine now that they've been doing chores for a while and they've accumulated some money, and you see how they are choosing to spend it, right? You see them buy their latest maybe video game, or they buy candy if they're younger, or a little toy or something to that effect, right? So you're witnessing them earn money, save it, and then turn around and spend it the way that they wish. So this topic is really about gift giving, and specifically when your child is invited to a birthday party. So let's say your child is 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12, whatever age they are, right? And they're invited to this birthday party. What I have seen and witnessed as a parent when I started to become aware of the situation when my child started getting invited to different birthday parties was that what I noticed was that the gift table, there'd be a lot of elaborately wrapped gifts with really nice little bows, and sometimes in the ending of the birthday party, they would gather around and open all their gifts in front of each other, and you could see like what that family had bought that child. And I always thought, well, if this is my child's friend and she's invited to this birthday party and she wants to attend, and that's her friend, what better way to teach the value of money and friendship than by allowing her, and not just allowing her, but putting the responsibility upon her to purchase the gift from monies that she saved by doing her allowance. Or actually, some of the money sometimes was from gifts herself, like maybe Christmas time or birthday gifts. But basically, it came from her savings, the area in which she was proud of her money, right? And so this is what happened. So this is the personal story that I want to tell you that ties it all in, and this is the reason why I continued to do this throughout all her growing up years. So this particular time, she was in 4th grade, and she did get invited to a birthday party, and it was a pool party. It was in the summer, and you know, one of the little girl that was the birthday girl, she was considered a popular child in the school, and so, you know, if you got invited to her birthday party, it was kind of a big deal. So my daughter came to me and said, you know, Mama, I'm going to this birthday party and I need to give her a really good present. And I said, why? What's the difference? She said, well, because, you know, she's really important, and I need to let her know that. So I'm going to need some help from you, you know, to buy her this birthday present. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but you are going to need to handle that situation on your own, and you're going to have to determine how much money you want to spend out of money that you already have. I am not going to contribute to that gift giving process, because that is your friend. You are invited to that birthday party, and therefore, if whatever present you decide to give her needs to come from you, and the value that you place on that should not be a dollar amount. It should not correlate with the value of your friendship. So to make this more clear, You don't need to buy her something that costs $50 to show her that you're a true friend, because the amount of money that is spent on the present does not equate the level of your bond or your friendship that you're creating with this person. So I really wanted her to understand that, because I didn't want her to develop a habit of people pleasing or trying to always, you know, do better than another person, and to show that, you know, oh, I really care because I bought you this gift. And I really wanted to understand that it's about genuine connections and friendships, and it's not about the amount of money you spend on someone. So that is what I decided to do. So she wasn't really that happy with me, but you know what? We're parents, and most of the time they're pretty upset with us. I mean, let's just face it. So she gathered her money together, and she says, okay, well, I think I want to buy her a Barbie, because I know that that's what she likes. She likes Barbie dolls. No, this is in 4th grade, so they're still playing with dolls. If you're lucky, they're still playing with dolls, right? So she asked me to take her to the store, and I did. And she found some kind of Barbie, and it cost, I believe it was $14. And she asked me, because she really was bothered by the amount of money to spend on her friend for this gift. And she said, Mom, it's only $14. Do you think that that's enough money? And I looked at her and I said, again, it doesn't matter how much you spend on her, that it does not have any indication of your friendship and what it means to you to be her friend. So she said, you know, this is really tough to get through somebody who's in 4th grade, right? And who's just learning the value of money and how to spend it, and then also just beginning to really establish friendships that are meaningful. I mean, yes, your child has friends in 1st and 2nd grade, but you're talking about a time where they're starting to hang out together, going to their friends' houses in the afternoon, or even possibly doing sleepovers. So this is you're graduating into a different time frame for your child and their growth, right? So I had to be very careful on how I handle the situation, because I didn't want her to develop bad habits, or habits that were not favorable and not driven by value of a person and a friendship. You know, okay, so that was my point with that. So we come home, she buys the present, and it was $14 and whatever the tax was. We come home, and then she comes up to me and she says, so Mom, I know how you love to wrap presents, and you're so good at it. So, okay, we're parents, and we already know where this is going, right? So I looked at her and I said, yes, I do like to wrap presents. You're right about that. She said, so can you wrap this present for me? And I said, no, I'm not going to wrap the present for you either. You need to wrap this present all on your own. Here are the supplies that you need, and I can help you, but you are definitely going to wrap this present all on your own. So she was a little frustrated, and because the vision in her head was that it was going to be one of those pretty presents with the perfect bow and the perfect creases with the wrapping paper around it. And you know, when you crease it, when you wrap a present with the wrapping paper in the box, and you know, because we've had years of experience wrapping presents, right, parents out there? And so she wanted to present something very, very pretty and like perfect, right? So I wasn't going to do it for her, because I needed her to learn how to do this and to be proud of what she has created, and wrap it herself. So she wrapped it herself, and she wasn't really proud of it. So I walked into the room when she was finished, and I said, wow, I see that you worked hard on that present and the way that you wrapped it. She's like, well, Mom, why are you even saying that? Because it's nothing like how you would do it. And I looked at her and I said, well, I have years of experience wrapping presents. When I was your age and I wrapped presents on my own, it was the best I could do at that time. So maybe you can lower your expectations of yourself and try to realize that this is the best that I can do right now and be proud of what you have. And so she says, so you're not going to help me fix it? And I said, no, because I don't think it needs fixing. I think that this is your present that you bought with money that you earned. You brought it home and you wrapped it on your own. I think that that is like amazing. Like, that's so great for you to do all this on your own. And she looked at me and she says, well, it's not my choice. You're making me do this. I said, well, you always do have a choice, and you did choose to do this on your own and present it the best way that you can. So I'm proud that you are taking the steps to learn this process. And when I drop you off at the party, I hope that you present it to her and you smile and you say happy birthday to her. And she says, okay, Mom. So the next day comes, and I drop her off at the pool party, and all the kids are there and everything, and everybody's having a really good time. And of course, I knew her mother, the birthday girl's mother, so I didn't stay at the party. And I said, well, I'll just come back in a few hours and check on things and pick my daughter up. And the mom said, okay, no problem, Celeste, we'll see you later. And so I left the party and I did my own thing, and I went back and I walked in the backyard, and they had just done the opening of the presents. They just finished opening the presents and everything was on the picnic table. And I noticed that the birthday girl, was holding the Barbie. It's still in the box, but holding it and carrying it with her wherever she was going. And I looked at that and I just thought, wow, that's pretty cool, that she's carrying the present that my daughter got, because she really liked it. And she had some really expensive gifts on the table as well. And so I didn't say anything. I didn't want to, it wasn't my place to say anything at that time, because that's not my child. But I was happy that my daughter got to witness that it didn't matter how much the other presents cost. She actually liked what she had given her, so much so that she was carrying it everywhere. She didn't take it out of the box yet, and I think it's because she didn't want other kids to touch it. But she was carrying it around in the box, so I thought, wow, that's really cool. So we're done and saying goodbye to everybody, and I'm first thanking the mother for having the birthday party and, including my daughter and everything. And we get in the car and we're driving home, and I asked my daughter, so your friend really liked your gift. She was carrying it, She's like, Mom, yeah. As soon as she opened it, she was like, oh, this is the Barbie that I wanted. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. And then she just put it by her, and then she was opening the other presents, and then she just like really, really liked the gift that I gave her. I said, okay, now, how do you feel about what you did? And she kind of like, She was quiet for actually quite a while, because I think she was thinking of what is the answer that I want to hear. But really, I just want to hear your first thought, right? And so I kind of relieved her stress in that moment. I said, you don't need to try to tell me something that I want you to say. I just want to know what your experience was. Like what is your takeaway from this, if anything? And she says, well, Mom, I was really upset that you weren't going to give me any more money so that I could buy her a better present. But I guess it really doesn't matter how much money you spend. It matters if you give them something that they really want. Like, I really know her from school, and I've heard her say things about this specific Barbie. And so that's why I wanted to get it for her. But when I asked you for more money, I wanted to give her something else with it, because I just felt that I needed to give her a bigger present. But now that I know that it doesn't matter how much you spend on a present, as long as you give them something that maybe that they like and they want, that I can afford at the time, then it's okay. And I said, exactly. Now, how did you feel when you saw her carrying that box around and showing people, but she didn't want to open the box to let them touch it? She said, Mom, it made me feel really good because, I mean, I know that she likes me and that she's my friend, but I think that it really increased our relationship in a way, because I paid attention to when she was talking at recess time at school about this particular Barbie doll, and I made it a point to get it for her, and I think that she really appreciated that. And some of the other girls there, you could tell that their parents helped them with their presents, and she got some really fancy stuff, but you know, she just really liked my present, and I was really, I felt proud of myself, and I said, that is great. Now, one more question. And she said, okay, did anybody say anything about your wrapping? She says, no, nobody put me down or said anything about, oh my goodness, who would wrap something like that? And she just opened it, and she looked at me, and she said, thank you so much, and she hugged me, and she was just so happy that I got her something that she really, really wanted. And I said, great. From now on, when you get invited to birthday parties, you are responsible for buying the gift from money that you've already saved. And she said, and I have to wrap it myself. I said, yes, you have to wrap it yourself. So that is today's video about money management with the focus on gift giving in video 9. Thank you so much for watching, Parent Chat 4 to 9 members. And video 10 is part 3 of money management, and it focuses on a personal purchase. So I will see you in video 10. Thank you.